And we're back, guys. It's the Intel Extreme Masters Chicago South American qualifier. Wait. Sorry, I'm getting word. We have to head to break again. I'm sorry for this. We do apologize. We're going to head to a short break. When we come back, no, we're actually going to be moving on to another game,
Don't do that to me, because I couldn't hear anything then. And I'm thinking, damn, they're talking to Jason. We're not going to another break. I can't deal with this.
I'm going with it then. It's the production.
I was sold, let alone what Twitch chat's going to say.
Well, I can guarantee you'll probably be in Portuguese, if anything. We will be heading into another match. Unfortunately, we're not going to do the continuation of that one as the servers were having some problems. But we're going to be going to Luminosity Gaming up against Wild. Yes. And Wild did beat No Tag yesterday, which is kind of surprising. We're going to hop straight to the game. It's already ready. We're going to get underway with this one. I think it's going to be Inferno, if I'm not mistaken, as our first map. Not sure where we're going to see second or third just yet, since we did obviously get the go time not too long ago, about like 20 seconds before we put the headphones on. Off the bat, we're going to have Luminosity on the CT, Team Wild on the T.
Yeah, so Inferno to start off with. As you see on your screens now, Mirage will be coming up second. And then if needed, it'll be Train. Now, Train, especially for a lineup like Luminosity, it's a map we know they're more than capable on. So if it does get to a third map, they won't be really too worried about that. Obviously, they're the clear favorites going into this. And I think here for Team Wild, it's just now a better chance to show your stuff so that you can take these guys down. Remember as well, Team Wild, PKL, Destiny, some of these guys have played on this lineup before. They've played against Luminosity, all with a lot of the players on it, as further damage is being done here at Banana. And this takes me back a few years, Jason. Like the whole early aggression down Banana control, fizzles out.
Just no smokes there, unfortunately, this time. Some good old-fashioned CS. Tata's in, though, in the meantime, with him, K-Tex, and PKL. Going to be the ones retreat. Wasn't PKL the ex-in-game leader for Luminosity?
I believe so.
So we've had Showtime go up against Luminosity, and now we have PKL.
And Destiny was on it as well at one point.
Okay, well, there you go. Well, that's definitely a grudge match between these two teams. Some shots rattling off here out of Henny. And we'll connect onto one, but still House Fallen. It's going to be a 2-on-2. And I think Lucas is going to be rotating in from CT spawn, but K-Tex, he's got the bomb. He's got 24 seconds. Lucas doesn't spot him in there. And now he's got time to run. He's off to the races, and now N1's kind of like, team? What happened? I thought you guys were going B. Why is the bomb not here?
You would have expected the communication to be a little bit better between the twins, considering like Henny was pushed himself to the back of sight. They knew the bomb was down at the point, not in a chance for it to be planted, given Henny's position. But
I was surprised Lucas rushed forward when the bomb wasn't planted.
He just didn't even check though, right? He just ran out like it was going to be a fight in ruins or sight, and maybe potentially have gifted away around here because Henny doesn't have much health. He does manage to get the dink on. Damage being done here, but this could be a 5K, and that's exactly what it is. A pistol ace. You don't see it too often, and Team Wild start off strong.
Well, you say Team Wild, but K-Tex starts off strong. I think it's the correct way to go in that one. 5 frags, all to his own in that first round. He's got a lot of money to spend. Upgrade straight to the AK, spends 4,900 on this round. And unfortunately for LG, kind of wonder what would have happened differently if Lucas just played that one a little bit slower. More importantly, if K-Tex didn't push in that position. Now Yao going to be switching over to the Scout. Again, the double AWP setup is something that's very possible for Luminosity. Yao and Henny together are a very strong force to deal with, as we did see yesterday. But we should also keep in mind here, Banks, that this is the winner bracket final. Winner of this goes into the grand final and has that advantage to get their chance to qualify through to Chicago.
Got my MP5, Jason, and it's on our screen.
Watch him die like in the first 2 seconds of a fight.
Rush, stay on PKL. Let us see how this is going to go down. Maybe.
Your own man, Rush. You don't have to listen to him. You're a strong, independent man.
He also wants to see the MP5.
Probably, yeah. And, okay, well, there's your answer. No, he doesn't. Oh, and he goes back.
Oh, Rush.
It's toying with my heart. K-Tex, though, in the meantime, with the AK. That's pushed up middle. Got Landon with him as well.
This setup's really nice. If one player doesn't get checked, it's going to be very difficult. K-Tex is all... So Henny did spot him come out. Goes to peek wide to see where they are. First shot's mean managed. Getting away with 2 kills, though. No weapons able to be picked up. Damage is being done, but the distance is too far. Lucas falls as well, and still...
Told you.
Woo, missing so many shots, and the MP5 failed me miserably. I'm just going to give up hope.
It's a cursed weapon. Still, drop it. Stick to your P250. It's not worth it, son. Tattison takes him down. But still, it's a 2-on-2. It's a very realistic opportunity here for them to pull this one off. And Nekis comes around the corner. He stops the bomb from being planted. Yell connects with a Scout. And just like that, Luminosity strike back.
Oh, no one got the AK. There was one AK in play, right?
I thought you were going to say, oh, no one got the MP5.
I love the MP5.
We've seen it twice now, and how many kills has it gotten?
Okay, I got overhyped when MP5 was released. Then when I logged in and played on it, I was like, why does it have a silencer? Like, I just thought it was a weird-looking model.
Right.
I'm like, okay, so you've given it a silencer, so you're trying to do a TMP M5. And I used it at the beginning, and I was like, this is on point. Admittedly, it was against bots. So far in competitive, this has not shown me much hope. I'm not living any glory days.
If
I'm
it helps,
just going to have to cry.
Yesterday, it wasn't too impactful either when we did see it a couple times. It didn't do that much. He got a couple of kills here or there.
Oh, he done damage, though. Only to 74, and he 10 bullets went out of the clip. Still, he did manage to connect, and he didn't die, so it's maybe not fully cursed.
Can you take the silencer off?
Oh, I never...
Like the M4A1?
I'd assume not. Just because it's an SMG.
I actually don't know.
Chat, let us know. Anyone understand if the MP5 can be unsilenced?
Paste it in Portuguese and maybe someone can answer for us.
Oh, yes or no is capable, surely. I'm hoping.
Obrigado.
There you go, see?
Okay, so Wild now all grouped up towards the B site looking for the hit. We got some counter smokes. More importantly, though, we got some counter Molotovs as well to stop this push from coming through. Nice little timing of the smoke. Push has commenced here out of Wild, but already Nekus going to come through with the kill into Destiny. Yell's going to get one. Nekus needs to come up big and, well, at least take down the bomb carrier to buy some time for his teammates to rotate in, and they'll be doing just that for middle. Now coming into Banana. After that situation. They have the man advantage, they have the weaponry advantage.
And the MP5 on Lucas. Let's go.
You know he's going to die.
No. There's a couple of... Oh, no, not low either. Damn it. I was going to say, maybe he picks off... Hey! Okay, it's a good headshot machine. PKL goes down.
He had no head armor.
Shush. I'm ignoring all of what you're saying against my MP5 here, Jason. Come on, Lucas, just spray wildly with that MP5 at his face. Easy round again anyway for Luminosity. Very strong round as well. Henny finishing that off with the pistol in hand. And now Steel is the one rocking the MP5. Did he just swap it over? Like, take the free gun? See? Even Steel's looking around like, I need to find something better. Why have you given me this?
I just would have just, you know, for the sake of it, just dropped it.
Yeah.
But, you know, I need a better gun, so I'll stick to my pistol. No, I think we're going to see some room for it eventually in the future. I'm curious to see how the gun does obviously get tweaked around as time goes on.
Chat has saved it. You cannot take the silence off. See, I didn't think so, MP.
Why not?
What's an SMG?
Yeah, but you could... But it's a silencer. It's an additional thing to a weapon.
I'm not doubting
the gun
your
wasn't made
smarts.
with a silencer. It wasn't made this way. It's not Lady Gaga. Well, born this way, I guess was a better term there. It's fine. I hate Lady Gaga, and Yell probably hates Destiny. It's a nice little shot. The P250 comes in through the wood. Lucas, though, he's pushed down middle of the bomb. It's actually back towards stairs. He's going to have them caught off guard here if he can place one quietly. Maybe you're going to have your opportunity.
Come on, Steel.
He's using the Galil, though.
Steel's there, though. Still has a chance. Don't get one shot. Oh. 2 kills, 1 game, 1 MP5.
Okay, I feel like you're the type of guy, Banks, that goes into games and buys like the P90 every round.
No. You could give me a little bit more credit than that. I do, if anyone watches the stream, they will eventually see, especially on a map like Inferno, I will buy an auto sniper and spam down.
But that's respectable, though. Like that I can get behind.
I'm liking you even more, Jason. First of all, you destroy my MP5. Now you're down behind the auto
Just gotta break you down to build you back up again, you know?
I'll take it. I'll take everything I can get at this point. But either way, there are now no more MP5s. I do not have to freak out any further. It is a 3-1 lead for Luminosity, and it's now to see if they can hold on to it at all, because a big buy will come out from Team Wild, but a severe lack of utility, especially on a map like Inferno, will make it very difficult for them to push into the sites.
Yeah, talking with Snarl yesterday, he was mentioning quite a bit how this is a map that gives way to mid-round calls.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of time going to be invested into just trying to predict where the enemies are going to be, maybe force them to make a mistake, clear a lot of different angles. Yell, though, for his own angles to clear here over towards Benet. He's going to have quite a few people to find. Or sort of slowly push up. She spots out Land, then he just spots out his ankle. Call him Achilles because he's now dead. And Yell's still holding aggressively as well. He's got the backup, though, of Nekus, so I imagine Nekus is going to throw in a smoke or a flashbang to give him some sort of escape if he does need it.
Good positioning, though. Yell's not going to overextend. You've got Henny up as well, so whichever way Wild go, they've got to deal with one form of sniper. Is Henny going to be fast enough to react to this? He's looking towards mid at the moment. Does get himself the opening kill. Sees the second player coming out, hungry for some more. Henny getting it done. And Team Wild slowly falling apart. Only Destiny remains, and just to love the MP5 a little bit more as this round ends. It's an integrated silencer. It was made that way, Jason. That is what Twitch chat telling you.
Yeah, but what is Twitch chat ever right? Come on.
Hey, they're behind me. I'm down with them.
So they're right when they're rooting for you and they're agreeing with you. Okay. Then why does the USP?
Because it was not made with one integrated into it, which means it's
But why would you integrate a silencer, an additional part of a gun, into a gun? Why would you make it a permanent piece of it?
So that you don't by mistake take it off mid-fight, because an MP5 needs to be very versatile. I'm really pulling at strings here, mate.
If you didn't say that, I would have been like, oh, that makes sense. But now I know you're BSing.
I could have completely run with it.
Well, right now, Luminosity are running away with this game here, 4-1. Team Wild going to be on the eco here, as they do have a couple of body armors, a couple of Kevlars, but a lot of CZs. I hear it's a really good gun right now. You know, sometimes, what was it, in a game I've casted recently, I'm not going to say what it is, we were told to not say something was overpowered. So we were told to say, you just really got to respect it, you know, you got to respect the weapon. So I'm not saying the CZ is overpowered, but you really got to respect the CZ, you know? Really got to give it room to breathe. Do you know what game it was?
Oh, I'm very much aware of what game it was.
Flip it to me.
I'm not going to say it.
Was it the game that we want to go play? Oh, no, not that. Not that one. No,
so remember a conversation where we were...
No, it's the game that we wanted to go play.
We are very cryptic in this chat at the moment, in this conversation.
And no, that game's not Doctor.
Now, talking about the CZ, though, it's still being heavily utilized. We're seeing some players, though, switch over back to using the 5.7 more often. Definitely no one wanting to pick up the Tech 9, and this push coming in, CZ's getting 1 kill, but good positions from both Lucas and Steel means that it's going to be very difficult for anyone to get their way into the site, and that will also mean that Luminosity start to gain a bit of a lead. Now, for me, when I look at this map, I feel like, especially at the top tier between these teams, it is certainly a map that can be this 9-6, the very close halves. But on the CT, looking at you get a big rolling like this, if Wild don't start to pick up a few more rounds, it can start to look a little bit more dangerous for him.
It definitely can. By the way, really quickly, I saw Lucas there. He did have an opportunity to pick up another op to run double op. Didn't do it, and they bought him up anyways. So I'm not sure if that was maybe miscommunication or what out of them, and that aggressive play out of Yell, and he just cost them the double op setup. Getting a little bit too cocky there, I'd say.
Yeah, he
or
stayed
as
out
Peter
in the
Griffin
open.
would say, a little bit too penisy.
Oh, you did just do that, didn't you? You really did. Henny staying out in middle far too long.
He was in Blue Harvest.
Yes, I haven't watched it in a while, actually.
Yeah, it's good.
Regardless of the 2 orbs going down, though, Luminosity still managed to battle back with control. Lucas doesn't want to push the smoke just yet. There is a player just around the corner. May have heard the footsteps running back down, though, which will mean he can actually assault further down Banana quite confidently. The timing still works out in his favor. They didn't see him off the edge of the smoke. Obviously, he gets a bit more of an advantage of that as they start to push through it, allowing him a nice little spray down. And how many times in Counter-Strike, Jason, do we see it gets to 5-1, a 5-0 kind of score line, and then things start to change? Luminosity have got over that hurdle, just in kind of how the economy works is the reason we end up with the crazy score lines, which means at least for Team Wild, Inferno's not looking too hot for them. They're back on the pistols again, and I need to really see something a little bit more unique, a bit innovative. I don't want to just keep seeing this, let's hold down the bottom, let's just rush a site with pistols, because this is an easy game so far for Luminosity.
Well, I mean, let's look at it this way, is that Luminosity even gifted them 2 frags at the beginning of the last round, and yet they still lost out on it. The double up setup, the very costly double up setup of Yell and Henny just got completely obliterated in middle, and yet Wild still couldn't come back to win the round.
Yeah.
Sees these, though, this time with head armor. And Yell's going to be waiting for the push-in towards B. You can see everyone grouped up. Actually, not to mention, Steel's pushed out of apartments, too. So a lot of information being gathered for them, which has allowed now the rotate to come in for Henny. And Luminosity have a 4-man stack towards the B site. Team Wild will be walking straight into a trap.
That was beautiful from Yell. Fast, furious, and he was ready. Henny's there with him as well. And okay, we spoke about this before we'd even got to this game, right? When we first opened up the show, Jason, we said the Brazilian's known for a very tactical and skillful double AWP setup, and that is exactly why. Fast rotation over to the B site. They were more than prepared for all of it. They had all the information they need, and they didn't actually need a rifle in that round because the AWPs did it all for them.
That is very true. Now up 7-1 here, starting to really blow open this game, but luckily for Wild, the round loss bonus has come in to save them. Obviously build up these AKs and hopefully for them be able to pick up some frags. Keep in mind, K-Tex, like he started things off with an ace in the pistol round. That's the only round that Wild do have. And yet they lost the next 7. I'm actually really curious. Can we pull up the scoreboard really quickly? Just want to see. And K-Tex, he had 5 in the first round. In the next 7, he's only gotten 2 frags. And the rest of his team, as you can see, 3, 2, 2, 1, have not really been able to pick up these kills, really struggling up against LG. Now K-Tex, though, more towards Boiler. Looking for an A push. They're actually not trying to contest the bomb banana, keep in mind. They're not trying to keep Luminosity at bay. They're giving them a lot of free ground that they can use and push with. Yellow going to be a solo holding B as he's pushed up. Now Neck is rotating over towards the A side. And wow, their strategies are just not working out here. Henny comes in with a nice kill. K-Tex able to respond after a big amount of spray. But they just, I don't know, like their strategy doesn't seem to be there. They're not really punishing LG or preventing LG from just swinging completely around.
Yeah, the only thing that Team Wilds could play off of now is Luminosity being too confident against them, because they are literally just poking out, maybe not as defensive as what you would expect that Luminosity would normally play here. And Wild just keep walking out. Okay, yes, I mean, they got a trade, but
you got to keep them in check, right? If you're a Team Wild, you can't just let Luminosity have that free control. You got to like fight back every once in a while. Even if you lose the trade, you can't give them that freedom to just say, all right, I can literally just walk down banana and not worry about a thing.
The proof was in the round where it was both snipers went down, only 3v5, and they still went to win.
Yeah. Well, now still, it's going to be 1v4 at the moment. Takes down the first 2, looks for the third, not able to take down K-Tex. Lucas, though, going for the spray. Not going to land, though, and Neck is played in the smoke. 8 seconds left. All he has to do is get that bomb down. 5 seconds. It should be planted any moment now. Just the nick of time as well.
Yell gonna,
yeah, and Yell going to be on a 1-on-2. It's a very winnable situation for him as well.
You see that from PKL. Baits out the shots, right? Takes his attention away from Pit, makes him look into the sight. Then he can poke out, end it, and finally a second round on the board. Now, I guess kind of what went a little bit wrong there for Luminosity was just the fact that I believe it was, who was before Yell that went down? Was it Neckers who started to come through onto the site after Steel?
Lucas
went down?
Lucas and Steel. Steel was in Pit, Lucas was in sight, he died.
Yeah, so Neckers came through, and he basically pushed the smoke before Yell, obviously trying to get it, stop the bomb being planted, but him going down then puts it into a 2v1. So you kind of gave them an opportunity to work their best advantage.
It's just overconfidence, I feel like, out of Luminosity. I mean, I still don't think they are being challenged yet in this series. Over the course of the majority of this tournament, they've been up 2-0 every single game so far. And this potentially could be shaping up the same way. Keep in mind, Luminosity, though, they have a lot of money to spend before this. So that one loss is not going to hurt them. They can still buy into the next round, and Wild have a lot of work to do if they want to break the economy that LG have.
Now we see apartment action happening. Henny missing a very key shot means Steel will go down as well. And it was a good setup to be played there, but not making them shots connect. We'll see them pay the price, and I love that. The quick swap over the weapons, with K-Tex being only on 7 health. Give him over the AWP, don't let him go into them firefights. Gives him a chance to still be able to do some damage from there. Now, Yell looking to get aggressive, being cautious, checking all the angles. He's not going to scope out of it. He doesn't want his scope to be heard by any players getting up close. But now his position is certainly going to be known. Is the push going to come back out towards him? Oh, and that was brilliant. K-Tex, a little bit of timing on his side, but he comes up, goes into challenge Yell, who then goes down. And now the B site has only got Neckers defending it. He's put the smoke down to see if he can at least get them as they start to push through. But once again, maybe that previous round has given Wild what they needed to come back into this game.
Also, it's nice to see that Neckers held on to his Molotov there, at least for the second. Lucas on the middle is able to go for a 1-for-1 trade. PKL responds. 2-on-3. It's going to be all on Henny by himself in the site. Still has a scope out. Trying to look for this next frag. 8 seconds left. He's trying to go for the plane. The smoke, and he stops it, and now there's no time left here. And Destiny is not going to have a chance to pick up this bomb. He wants to just retreat away just to save the weapon. Henny, please push this. Please get confident. Oh, he won't be able to hit the shot, but it doesn't matter. They win the round either way. And now, Wild, their economy is destroyed.
You see how fast Henny's sensitivity was then in terms of just how fluid he was with that movement. He knew what was going on, didn't want to over push it, and expected it as soon as he had the plant.
Do you know of any pros that play with mouse excel? Whether it's, it could be a very tiny amount. Because I know in
only one I would think of is potentially Woxic.
Okay.
Because he plays with the highest sensitivity of any pro player I know of. I don't know. Well, back in the day, you would never use mouse excel. I still don't use it now, but if anyone, it's probably going to be Woxic. I can ask him. Let me
for
check.
Instance, if you guys are like any Quake fans out there, I know like Rafa uses a little bit of mouse excel. I know Claus uses a little bit of mouse excel, just for that little bit of a touch, not enough to like stupidly affect your aim, but it does help when you have to go for those like really wide swings, like he was doing that position with the scoped in AWP. Just curious. I know actually some players play inverted still. Was it Pronax? Pronax plays inverted, if I'm not mistaken. There's a couple other players that play inverted as well. So that means like if you move your mouse down, you actually move up in game.
Like for me, I've never used it, but like, how do you even train yourself into that?
So I've actually asked someone about this. It's about how you approach it mentally. So it's what? Okay, so imagine that this is a person's head, and the way they think of it is if they push up, they're tilting the head down, and if they pull it back, they're tilting the head up. I think that's mentally how they get around it. But of course, if you obviously play enough on any setting, you'll get used to it. Meantime, little 3-2 split onto the B side. Yell's trying to hold on to the back side of CT to actually jump over his crosshair here. He's going to miss out on that first shot, but Nekus comes in with a big kill, and he's just trying to delay this one. 1:10 to go, and they're trying to hope these rotates to come in. Yell's not able to hit these shots, but he gets the follow-up, and Nekus again with his second frag on the board.
Yeah, Nekus there wasn't able to save his teammate, though, but he is still in a good spot at the back of that B site. We will keep them away.
It's bot time.
They're not going to be able to get this plant down. They're having to push away, so they're in the site, but you're not close enough to get it done, and now you're going to be pincered in because the CTs are coming from all angles. Like you said there, Jason, the fast rotate coming in. Neck is able to bide the time. That molly goes out, and all he does is not manage to get the kill, but take further damage to the face as Landon hits 6 health, and it's just a waiting game. They're able to finally dispatch of Neckis, but look at Henny's position. He's ready for this. Goes up to try with a fast flick, unable to make it connect. This could not work out for Steel, though. From the side, still able to get it done. That was a bit touch and go, and now PKL will just fall. We'll just not be able to survive any longer. Very awkward fight in that B site.
Yeah, having the 2 players locked in the site, basically.
Stuck in ruins where you wouldn't want to be.
Stuck in ruins, and you look on the mini-map, you see a player from Luminosity in the site, a player from Banana, and a player from CT. Just completely having them locked into that tight area. And you know what happens when you put a dog in a corner? Eventually, it's going to come back and bite. And eventually it did. Able to get that big kill on Nekus and potentially open up that plant.
And look at the money already here, Jason. Wild, they may have got another round on the board. They may have started to look like they had a chance into this, but straight away, they're going to be battled back down. Yell now on the rifle, not going to be rocking the AWP this time around. He's in a good spot to do some damage, but he's not good enough. PKL may be able to get one, but he walks through the flames to his death, and Destiny is also taking a hell of a lot of damage as well. Neck is confident to stay up high, but what Wild really want here is to grab hold of that M4 and have something to work with into this round. Good decision-making there. So he gets the first few shots on. May have just spotted landing there as well. I'm not too sure if that was just us through X-Ray or, yeah, but he's well aware. Another kill on the board. That's the bomb dropped as well. If they just throw a couple of grenades down, it'd be pretty devastating for Wild as well.
Looks like they're able to recover 1 weapon, though, but Destiny with 7 HP is not the man you want to give it to. Tatazin going to be gifted over this weapon, and he's going to have to go massive here. He's going to have to get some really good frags, which is going to be difficult with Henny there. Gets the first. Won't have a chance for the second, and I guess we'll be there to shut down K-Tex. Now, Tanazin up against 3. Time to work with. He has the first frag as well. He has an escape route here, too.
He's got it. He can run straight away, got the time he needs. Lucas is quickly trying to get back around there. Look how close this is going to be. I like where he's going with it, though. So you're going to go for apartments. Lucas, not expecting for apartments, expected to go the fastest way around. Still got 25 seconds to play with. The bomb sites are split, so if Lucas goes down, then Tartazin has a great opportunity to try and secure and clutch out this round. Did have a big first kill up onto Steel, but that's not what you want. Doesn't check behind him. And really, you should have been expecting that, which will allow Luminosity to get another round here.
So that's the question I have, right? Is in that situation, wouldn't you normally expect the 2 CTs to stick together to have the best chance? Because a retake with 2 people is a lot easier than a retake with 1.
Yes, in most cases, especially when it comes to an actual retake, but there was no guarantee that he was going to go, hey, he could have just waited down the bottom of Banana, right? So you're better to just hold the sites as it was. And you saw how defensive Lucas was. So Lucas could just wait for it out.
True.
Difference was Lucas was feeling that confident that he didn't actually. If you're going to play it in the best way possible, right, in the smartest way, and you're not just knowing you're going to win it out, you would kind of wait it out, stay defensive, and allow each other to back yourselves up.
It also looked like to me he wanted to deny the plant, like to deny the extra money if you possibly could too. I mean, when you're up 10, well, you're at 9-2 at that time. Now 10-2. All PK was just burning. That's unfortunate.
Twice now. He likes the flames.
Did someone order a barbecue? It's Brazilian
to
barbecue.
be fair, Brazilian barbecue is the one.
It is amazing. Much better than Korean barbecue.
Oh,
just curious if I get you. I was just curious if I get you on that one. They're each both equally amazing.
Jason may not survive the rest of this commentary if he keeps insulting food choices.
No, they're both equally amazing in different directions. Because one's about eating a massive amount of food, massive amount of meat, and the other one's about still being hungry when you're done, but the flavor is nice. Have you ever been full off Korean barbecue? That wasn't all you can eat.
With beer and stuff involved, yes.
Okay, the thing that tilts me about Korean barbecue, if I have time, so when you go with other people, you just have to wait so long to cook, and you have to spread the meat out equally. So I never get full.
Well, you just order enough and don't be cheap, Jason. Come on, you're stacking.
I'm Jewish. What do you expect? Come on, man. Don't be cheap.
Okay,
it's like saying don't breathe.
Time I'll take you and I'll make sure you get enough. We'll have one each if you want, and we'll do it that way.
That sounds fair. Let's play some Monster Hunter while we're eating.
Oh, hell yeah.
But right now, Tatterson is trying to ward off the monsters of Henny and Lucas, trying to prevent them from taking this round. He's got the AK, he's got the position, he's got the plant now down. Two players pushing into him. He's not able to do anything against Henny. And not to mention, you know, the thing is, we haven't really talked about any individual players of these teams at the moment, but Henny has been doing fantastic this entire series. He's actually put up some serious numbers. 13 kills, 8 deaths. And now going to get Luminosity, their 11th round on the board.
And it also doesn't matter for him which weapon he's got, right? Everyone speaks about his just ability with that sniper, but he can still deliver with his rifle in hand.
On that note, ESL Pro League first season.
Yep.
Going into the finals, we looked up stats for all the players, right? We had this lovely little program called Headshot Box. You download the demos, it parses all the demos for you. Look at JDM. He has like, let's just say 100 kills at AWP. Cool, you know, 100 kills at AWP. You look at his second best gun, the P250. He had, I think, less than 10 AK kills and like less than 15 M4 kills. And he still has those numbers to date. If I'm not mistaken, he still has like one of the worst, I say worst rifles, but he does better with pistols in general than he does with rifles. And that's how heavily he is relied on as an AWPer.
I guess it makes sense, right? Because even if he misses a sniper shot, he's got to be confident enough to pull out the pistols, and he doesn't trade out to us.
We compare it to Guardian, we compare it to Kenny S, we compare it to every big name opera out there, and all of them had rifles above pistols. He was the only one that struggled. He had like seriously, like, I think it was like sub 20 or sub 30 AK kills.
Not even an SMG that stood out for him.
No.
Like, wow.
No. I can't remember the exact stat. Maybe someone in chat knows about it, because we did bring it up.
That's awesome. I never heard that, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
He's also got the most casual approach to Counter-Strike in the world.
Of course. I mean, when you're lounging, when you're Lounge Nation, like...
Maybe that's why he couldn't rifle, because the sniper's giving him the extra zoom he needed, but with the rifle, he's so far back, he can't actually
Just imagine how good he'd be on rifles if he played, like, normally and had the screen in front of his face. Yeah. That'd be insane.
Oh, man. You can see... There's a lot that we could delve into in terms of stats and the reasons why.
The thing is, I was all about stats, actually, back when I was casting Counter-Strike. Like, the headshot box program we used was fantastic to see all these numbers and be able to see, like, you know, pretty much everything you can get in-game, even outside of game, of just anything on HLTV you see we could do with that. And it was really cool to kind of compare it, like, on maps between the players and teams. But that was just one of the stats I remember that like, completely stood out to me. And then one other one was Zipnix, or however he wants to say his name these days.
Zipnix.
He was the best clutcher in all of CS.
Still one of the best.
And we said that way back in the day, even when Strauss was talking about kicking him like years ago.
I'm just gonna say PKL came alive there and opened this up, and still being shot down as well. This is a great opportunity though. Yell on the edge of the smoke. Oh, gets that huge kill onto landing. Still though, Wild, they should be able to pull this out the bag, and yes, Yell and Neckers do some serious damage. They're both on opposite sides. Yell's just solo pushing in. He's hungry for the kills and potentially costing his team around there. The incendiary grenade goes over towards Pit. Has it gone too deep? No. K-Tex has to be able to extinguish it. Both these players are pretty much one-tappable. Neckers, though, he's wasting a lot of bullets here. Needs to get in with a reload. He doesn't really have the time to play with either. Picks up a Molotov grenade. Is he going to use that as well? Runs around the side, and nice shot. K-Tex will finish him off. Wild do get around, but PKL, he deserves most of the credit for that. Literally walks straight up banana, domes two heads. And again, I'm not saying Luminosity are playing bad, but they're obviously very confident that some of these situations are now being allowed to happen where Wild can get these rounds.
Playing very casual, I'd say, in this match is a good way to kind of describe it.
Do continue what you're saying.
Oh, no, I mean, no, it's just the stats don't lie. Like, he was single-handedly one of the best clutchers in the game, and then we saw him do the most 1v3s in that tournament in the finals of Pro League the first season. And the funny thing was, people kept talking about how he's like one of the worst players on Astralis. I'm like, dude, there's literally, you look at his numbers, he's literally the best clutcher in existence in CS. The same with Apex, actually, with entry frags. He was getting a lot of shit from people about it. I'm gonna just say the word. But then you look at his numbers, and he was the best entry fragger, or like top 3 entry fragger in the game at the time. And when he was playing with Envious, then he did a fantastic job.
By the way, this is the last round of the half, right?
Yeah, sorry.
And Luminosity.
Try focus up here, Jason.
Luminosity. No, I'm actually, I'm interested.
Okay.
I'm very interested in what you were saying, Jason, but it's the last round of the half. It's 11-3 to Luminosity, and they've had to pistol for the last round. They started off with 2 kills, though they've had a bit of a battle back, because, Lucas doing a lot of damage. Can't put him to bed, though. He's still got 4 health. Yell and Neck is the only 2 left alive, and they've not been able to pick up the weapons off the fallen bodies so far. Not too much utility to work with now either, so they've just got a flash each to play off. So maybe it's a double flash in and push, but the B player needs to quickly rotate round. He's actually picked himself up an AK-47 for his struggles, but PK is probably going to hear this. Easily going to hear this.
Is he?
Yep.
Almost did turn around there.
He was waiting. He was being careful.
Wanted to make it intense.
He at least wanted to say, I deserve this other kill.
Want to give us time to go to him before he got the frag. But there we go. That's going to be the end of the first half here. Luminosity finished with 11, Team Wild with 4. And we'll have to head to a short break, and we'll come back with the continuation here of our first map here of our second series of the night. Welcome back, everyone, as we continue the Intel Extreme Masters Chicago South American Qualifier. We're going to be kicking things off in our second half here in a few seconds' time, once the teams have readied up and we're underway and ready to go. But to continue our topic of what we were discussing before with stats, I think as we were just talking while we were off air there for a second, that people want, those cookie cutter vanilla stats, and those don't really tell the whole story. Yeah, Apex might have one of the most deaths, or the worst KDs on his team, but go look at his win % rate when it comes to entry frags in those 1v1 fights, and it's astounding. Like, you can't just use those typical KDs to determine who's the best team.
Huh?
Isn't that Rush's house?
Looks like it with the cans there.
Nah, not dirty enough.
Wait a sec, Rush. Should that be 1.6 on the screen? Yeah.
Is it?
That should be. It's just not there. Valve, how are you going to do me like that? Rush was being kind, giving me a bit of nostalgia to focus on.
I miss like good old Inferno, 1.6 Inferno, with that little inside window. There was that vent you could go through. There was like so many 6 shots with that wall. Actually, that's what I miss about 1.6 is how much you could wall bang in the game. Like Dust 2 from CTB into tunnels. I remember watching Weekend Warriors like play that spot so often. I don't know if you know the name. NA. Weekend Warriors was around when like Zex, Turmoil, Complexity were all around. Like Barricade was the owner back then. Whatever. Yeah, some good old times of spraying through walls.
Best thing, Dust 2, before you go up there from CT spawn, you used to be able to throw a flash within that box, allow your teammate to push through it, blinds the whole of the tunnels.
Yeah, but that was a glitch.
That was fun, though.
On Nuke as well, there was one, wasn't there? You could throw it under a box in ramp. Anyways.
Look how far we've come, Jason. Look how far we've come. Team Wild, they're on the CT side now. They're not down and out of it. They certainly show that they can get some rounds on the board, but Luminosity have looked strong. They've looked incredibly dominant, and so they should be, right? This is arguably the second best team in the region, obviously second to MIBR, but this is a full Brazilian lineup. Can they get the Brazilian skills and the kills on the board here as Tatterzin misses a few shots. His position is now certainly known. Tags up Lucas quite heavily, but he can't finish any of the players. Nekis doing the damage. Luminosity got the bomb site secure, and it's now going to have to be a really strong retake. Still, timing. Drops landed down to 2 health. Dancing around there. Destiny will finish him off, so he kind of got pincered in, which is going to allow Team Wild to wrap round and try and push into this site.
Big pistol around here for a while. They're going to need this one in the books if they're going to have a chance in this series, or at least in this map. Lucas takes down PKL. Destiny trying to push in, but he's got the crossfire from multiple angles. Yell trying to hold him off towards Graveyard as Destiny and now K-Tex can be pushing in. 3 left to find in sight, and doesn't seem to have a chance. Just K-Tex is going to eventually fall, and Luminosity will take the pistol round and now be up 12-4 here. One step closer to winning the map.
Dancing around just because he didn't know, he had no choice there. It was just
if that's your dancing, then I don't feel too bad about mine. Because I got this move. That's it, the dice move. From knocked up.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking something else, if anyone knows what dice move is. That's I was wondering what Jason was getting on with.
Now I know where your mind is. And of course, you know, like the drink, this one.
I see this one the cool kids do, like that Fortnite dance.
One of the biggest eye-opening things that happened to me when I moved to Europe, Gamescom 2012, my first event ever, at one of the after parties, was seeing like everyone dance. Like even if they couldn't dance, they would just dance. Yeah, in the US, like if you can't dance, you just normally don't dance.
Oh really?
Yeah.
How'd you learn? How'd you get better?
Exactly, right? That's why I can't dance.
Counter-Strike for him as well.
Sorry, what is the UK ever won?
Hey, we got a major now. We got Smooya.
don't use Problem X as your fighting game, Victor. All right, even though he did win an Evo.
Hey, let's be honest for a second, right? UKCS may be bad, but you know it's bad when I could still make a return out of retirement from 10 years ago and still play on the top team.
Wait, did you?
I could.
Oh, you could?
Yeah, quite easily, just looking at the state of it.
And you're speaking about your own.
I'm talking about my own. I wish it was better.
Hey, we had Cloud9 once.
How did that work out for you? Well, how did that work out for the rest of Team Wild there? Yeah, I mean, after the major, it all fell apart quickly.
Because it was too easy. They want to make it more difficult next time.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Team Wild on the 4-step into this round, actually doing pretty good here. The problem is the bomb has been planted. They're at the wrong bomb site. Thanks, calm down. It's just 1 kill with the MP5. Wasn't that crazy of a shot?
Got a headshot there. He's looking for more. He's tapping away. Look at it. Listen to it. The beauty
a kid at the candy store.
In the MP5. Lucas looking to do more damage. He may be blind, but that MP5's raining in. He's potentially getting a 3rd kill, but still takes it away from him. Look at that glorious sound and demonstration of perfection of that MP5.
You know, okay.
Not the passion.
You know how, did you see the International at all?
Yes.
You see any of the videos with like the B-roll stuff they made?
Yeah, they do really good content.
The Gabe Newell one, where he's doing voiceovers for a voice pack. I would love to hear Gabe Newell or you doing like a commentary about the MP5.
Oh, mate, yeah, field day, absolute field day.
If it was MP3, I don't think Gabe could actually talk about it.
But do you not remember, right, back in the day, say, during 1.6, it's literally the MP5 was your go-to 2nd round gun. It was the main one, but also on an eco, you'd be like, cool, someone grab an MP5, just go for a push on that. The good old decos. Oh, okay. Nostalgia's really kicking in, Jason.
So you ever play World of Warcraft, Vanilla?
Yes. I started playing from the beginning.
Let's not talk about that then. We literally finished the entire night talking about World of Warcraft in the old days.
I heard you also need to come back to WoW.
Never. It's been 8 years clean. I mean, it's pretty much eco around here for a while. It's not really expecting too much out of them. They do get 1 frag, but 1 frag's not really going to punish the economy of Luminosity as they're running away with this game 14-4. And now the big bat for Wild is coming in. They have to win this round if they want to have a chance in this map. And this, if I'm not mistaken here, Banks, this was their map choice.
Yes, so this was Wild's pick. They certainly needed to have a better display than this. We always knew this was going to be the difficult match, right? Luminosity are certainly a step above the rest of the team within their region. And Okay, Lucas. I know Lucas and Henny for quite a long time. We talk. I'm going to have a word with him that he picked up. Well, he didn't die, but he still dropped his MP5. So me and him obviously need to have words about this, that he's not respecting the greatest gun to be added in recent times.
Wait, why do you have such a hard-on for the MP5?
I was really excited when it came out and it just let me down, Jason. It really hurts. It's something I have to deal with, man.
It's okay, I'm here for you. We can talk through this.
Hold me.
That's back at the hotel. I think Snods might be a little bit sad about that, actually. Meantime, though, Wild, again, this is a round that they need to win. Great little Molotov there to actually force Landland back. PKL as well being blinded up. They have a big stack here over towards Pit. Tatson has to go huge. And Lucas, well, he'll quickly shut this down. And it looks like Luminosity are on their way to the 15th round. The bomb will be planted. They have 4 people left alive. And Team Wild are just trying to save these weapons in the B site.
Imagine how good those 2 kills would have been, Lucas, with the MP5.
Aztec in 1.6.
Okay,
that was like the go-to pub map.
Yep.
That and
Prodigy.
Assault was great.
Prodigy. Do you
Prodigy
remember
was all right.
That map was played the most at the very beginning.
Mansion.
Oh my God, yes.
And then Pool Party. Thank you, production. Pool Party was like the best DM map ever.
Do you remember Chateau?
Oh God.
The French one. That was awesome.
Even Vertigo was great. Man, now I want to go play some 1.6.
I've got it installed.
I remember zombie mods.
Oh,
yes.
That was before we actually had zombie modes in normal games and it was like a regular thing.
Before, you know, Daisy and all these others. Good times, good times.
1 round away from Luminosity. I got to say, Wild, I feel like they might fall to another 2-0 here. And at least this is giving us what we expected.
Gun boost. I don't know what the term you guys use for it. I don't know if I'm using the right term.
When you shoot them up.
When someone jumps on your head and you shoot them to get them higher.
I don't know what we called that, actually, but yeah, that was the one. Oh, Destiny, you bought an MP5 and you died straight away rushing down. Let me down.
Did he let you down or the gun let you down?
No, it was definitely him, because if he could have used it correctly and practiced with it hard like I do, he'd be wrecking faces. Though I am only going up against UKCS players.
Oh, come on. Come on. They have families here, Banks. They have families. Wild, they have families as well, but unfortunately not going to... Well, actually, fortunately... Oh, Nekis, what a shot into Landon. Actually say maybe fortunately for Wild, their families will get to see them quickly because this is going to be the end of the first map here with Luminosity getting the bomb plant and PK being the last man alive. And that will do it here, ladies and gentlemen. Luminosity going to win the first map, and that brings us over to Mirage, the home of Brazilian CS.
I am very scared for Wild. Like, you picked into Inferno, which means you should have a good understanding. You should be prepared strategically for it as well. You couldn't get going on either side. Okay, you mustered together 4 rounds. But
and the rounds they did get, Luminosity kind of just like gifted them to you.
If Luminosity played it as in all serious, no pushing, no rushing around, I would say you're probably looking at 16-1, 16-2. No disrespect to Wild. Obviously, they beat No Tag to get here, and No Tag is not an easy team to deal with. But even still, you'll put Luminosity and No Tag together, right, as being probably the top 2 teams in this qualifier. But you still put Luminosity on a whole level above.
There's still a big gap between the 2 teams.
And this is the thing, right, that going into Mirage next is, even if I see Wild pop off and bring their A game, do you really have enough? Because your experience, yes, you've got players like PKL there, you've got Destiny there, they've played on these rosters, they know how it works. But it just comes down to the individual factor that you're not quite there yet.
Well, even if you do win Mirage, you got Train then to play against
Luminosity. We know. Imagine going against Yell and Henny on Train. Like, yeah, I wouldn't be walking outside anytime soon.
Wouldn't be able to walk anytime soon after that one. But guys, we do have to head to a break. When we come back, we'll be kicking off our second map here in a few minutes' time.